What's going on, guys? Digidesdan here, and I'm back again with another weekly pickup video. And this week has been phenomenal. There's been tons of things going on. Recently, Nintendo just launched the Switch March 3rd. Great news on that. Also, recently in my area, we had Emerald City Comic Con, which is something I've been looking forward to attending and checking out all the sweet comic books, artists, and writers. And I was fortunate enough to take some days off and attend that. But I have tons of pickups from the thrift, retail, Emerald City, because I attended that, and a few other things. So without further ado, let's get started on some of the pickups. First thing I want to cover is retail pickups. So lots of good stuff, nothing too fancy, mostly World Nintendo things, actually all World Nintendo things. Mostly plushies. So the first one is this little guy here. It's a Cheep. Very cool. It's from the 2-2 wave. Then we have Ice Mario. We have the pink/purple squid. I don't know. Is it magenta? I guess. It's very cool. I always like the Splatoon line of things just because they're very... I don't know. It's a new IP, and I like the way that they're styled. You know, I'm so used to seeing Mario characters, Zelda characters. We have Metal Mario, which is very cool. I think this one's a Walmart exclusive, and I was able to find this one at Walmart. The other plushies that I showed so far were found at Target. And then my personal favorite out of the bunch is Bonsai Bill. So it's an oversized Bullet Bill. I think he was first introduced in Super Mario World for Super Nintendo. So those are for the plushies. And then also at Walmart, my local Walmart that I typically go to, finally got some 2.5-inch figurines in. They've been dry for a while, and my fiance was able to find this 2.5-inch Metroid. It's just a nice cute little thing there. Yeah, nothing too fancy for retail pickups. Mostly plushies. You know, I gotta find more room for them. But other than that, great finds. Moving on, we're going to cover some thrift store finds. Not so much this week. I was trying to save some of my money. I was trying to save some of my money for the con, but I did find some cool things. I guess not cool things, but things that I could use or is useful to me. First one is just Nintendo 64 power adapter. Power adapters and cords are becoming harder to find nowadays, and so it's always useful when you come across a system that doesn't have cords. It's good to have extra so you can pair them with it, or same thing with controllers. If you find controllers, then I'll pick them up just so I can complete a set and trade them off or sell them or whatever. So also from the same Goodwill, or I didn't mention, but I found that at Goodwill, but also from the same Goodwill is this PlayStation game, Myst. So this is a game that I normally wouldn't pick up, but I figured I'd grab it anyway. It was $2.99, which is not too bad. It normally retails for about $15, and I know that Myst and Riven are games that people really enjoy, so this might be something that someone else might be interested in, so I'm using it for trade or sell. So that's a nice little pickup there. And my personal favorite pickup from the thrift this week, it is this puzzle. So we have Donkey Kong. So it's 200 pieces, it's 99 cents. I haven't counted all the pieces, so I'm hoping that they're all there. But what's cool about this is it uses the same artwork as the Milton Bradley Donkey Kong board game. So it'll go nicely right alongside that. The only problem is the owner before me, or whoever had it, liked to punch out the eyes on Mario and Donkey Kong, and they also managed to do the nostrils there, so you can see the holes in the glare. But either way, it's a cool find. It's like from 1988, I believe. So cool little pickup there. Alright, as I mentioned earlier in this video, I attended Emerald City Comic Con, which is in Seattle, Washington. It's a great convention for comic lovers, pop culture, video games. You know, they got some of that stuff there. but it's a great convention to go, find good deals, meet cool people, and I was able to find a lot of great stuff this year to add to my collections. First thing I want to cover, or the only thing I want to cover for now, is comics. So I was able to find a lot of great comics for cheap, and that's what's great about a lot of comic conventions. You can find a lot of good deals on them. So I was able to find a lot of these Jeff Johns Flash comics, and a lot of them are during the time of the stories like Rogue War and Identity Crisis, that sort of thing. But these are issues I didn't have in my collection, and I was able to get them for half off each, so I only paid $1.50 a piece. So that's great there. I also was able to meet the colorist for a story, Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is a collaboration with IDW and DC, and it was a 6 issues. It was a 6-issue set, and he was able to sign it. But what's great about this is the covers were actually variant covers done by Kevin Eastman, one of the creators of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So it's very cool that I stumbled upon these covers. I really enjoyed the story. I've been meaning to pick up the single issues, and I was able to find them at a great cost, so I decided to pick them up. I did happen to find a lot of other great things. I picked up some dye. I picked up some prints from a lot of great artists. I'm not going to show them all just because, I don't want to bore all of you with a whole bunch of different artworks that you may or may not like. I'll probably post those up on Instagram or Facebook, and you can check those out if you want. It will be linked in the description below. But yeah, I was able to find tons of great stuff in Emerald City Comic Con, and hopefully, I remember to save all the cards and the names of the artists. But when I do post them, I'll give a shout out to those people, because they're hard workers. They're showing off great work, and it's a lot better than I can draw. So keep an eye out for that. This next pickup is from a friend of mine. His name is MNCdover. So you can find him on YouTube and Twitch. He does a lot of Hearthstone and Heart of the Swarm. Is that Heart of the Swarm? Heart of the Storm. Heroes of the Storm. Heroes of the Storm. I haven't touched it yet. I haven't played it, but I've been meaning to. But great guy. You should check out his channel. He's got lots of great stuff. But he's been around the video game industry and video games essentially his whole life. And recently I had some time to spend with him, and he was nice enough to gift me or donate to me a lot of great things from his time in the industry. So he gave me this nice little bag of goodies here. It's a Super Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS bag, and it's just chock full of stuff. It's bonkers. So first thing, we have this Mario Kart 8 flag. It was a promotional flag. You could find these like Fred Meyer, Best Buy, Walmart too. We have another Super Smash Bros. Bag within there. Guides. So he gave me a whole bunch of guides. So we have Star Wars Episode 1 Racer for Nintendo 64, Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3, Metroid Prime for GameCube. These are all in great shape, by the way. Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, and Legend of Zelda Link to the Past 4 Swords for the Game Boy Advance. So I remember him telling me he worked for Electronics Boutique for a time, and when these guides didn't sell, they eventually went on clearance, and they would clearance out for 1 penny. And by store policy, what they had to do was essentially have the store buy the copies that didn't sell, cut off the covers, and then recycle them or send them back to the original publishing company or the company for them to recycle. And instead, when these guides went on clearance, he and his friends would instead buy them for themselves to use. And so he ended up with a whole bunch of extras, decided to donate those to me, which is great. And yeah, I mean, I'll use those to replace the ones that I do have, since these are in a lot better shape than the ones I have. Alright, so the next thing, got this little 8-bit display piece. It doesn't really serve a purpose, it's just aesthetically cool. You know, it's from World 3-1. We have this Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D wallet with chain. So if you're going back to the 90s, then you're going to need this, especially since Majora's Mask came out during this time. Alright, we have some more guides, or kind of instruction booklets. We have Game Boy Color, so we have Zelda, Link's Awakening, DX. We have a little Club Nintendo insert, which is cool. The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Ages. We have 4 copies of the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time instruction booklet. And then 2 copies of the Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Alright. Next up, we have a couple drink cozies. Super Smash Brothers, 3DS, and Wii U. Again, promotional items given out to people at, you know, the events when they're demoing Smash Bros. Before it came out. What else is in this bag? We got lots of little knickknacks. Alright. Looks like some pins. So these were also promotional pins handed out to employees and to promote the games before they came out. This one is F-Zero GX. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Which is very cool. I like that. We have this Pokemon Y pin, and I'm not up to date on my Pokemon knowledge, so I honestly don't know who this Pokemon is. I know he's on the cover of Y, and that's it. That's cool there. We have a Wii U pin, still brand new in the packaging. Another one here. There you go. We have Donkey Kong's Crash Course, which was one of the mini games in Nintendo Land for the Wii U. Another one here. And then we have Takamaru's Castle, Ninja Castle, which was also another mini game in Nintendo Land for Wii U. And another pin. So we got 2 of each of those there. And here are the last few things in the bag. It's another pin that got away. This one is looks like a Banjo-Kazooie one from the N64 era. It's kind of cool. We have some paper clips or paper holders, which I find are very cool. Each one has the NES on it and then the SNES. So see if I can't get that a little bit closer so you guys can see and it can focus. Yeah, there you go. But these are very cool. We have a button. So this is the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. This is a promotional button he would wear. And if you take notice, it has the RP there for the ESRB rating. So it's rating pending. This was before they realized that it should be teen. We have this cool little thingamajig from Nintendo, from when he used to work there. Apparently flashes a light of some sort. I just need to put batteries in it, but he said I should check it out and let it surprise me. And then we have, lastly, this Nintendo GameCube clock. So this is also out of battery, but I just need to replace it and it should work. So lots of great stuff from MNCdover. He is a great guy and knows that I'll appreciate this stuff. Give it a good home, that sort of thing. But super good guy. Super cool of him to donate all this stuff to me. And I mean, big shout out to him. Definitely check out his channel. And yeah, I mean, other than that, man, I can't believe that he would be willing to give all this up for, you know, just for being a friend. But anyway, let's move on to the next set of pickups. Alright, so the next pickup is kind of a cool one. This is from AliExpress, and AliExpress is a Chinese-based company. I know a lot of gamers use AliExpress to purchase hacks and repros, and that's kind of what I did. They have a lot of portable games there, but this one's a little bit different because it's not a reproduction of a traditional reproduction, so to speak. This one is The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time Master Quest. So this game is essentially a reproduction of a hack that was officially released by Nintendo back on GameCube. So Ocarina of Time released, and then I think as a promotion for The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, they released Ocarina of Time on GameCube, but they also released the Master Quest. And Master Quest was essentially Ocarina of Time, but they increased the difficulty, they changed the dungeons around a bit. But there's small differences, but it provides a little bit more of a challenge to somebody who's more familiar with Ocarina of Time. And it was released on GameCube only. It wasn't for sale. It was as a promotional item. And I guess recently, this year or so, someone decided to take that port of Ocarina of Time and report it back to Nintendo 64. So they took Master Quest, which was originally for GameCube, mapped out for GameCube controls, graphics, all that fun stuff, and they redid it so it could fit on a Nintendo 64 cart. And AliExpress happened to sell some, and I decided to pick one up. They're fairly cheap. I won't say I won't link it in the description below, just because I don't know about the licensing rights and all that fun stuff. But either way, this is a very cool thing to have. It works perfectly. The shell itself is, you can tell it's a reproduction. They don't use original parts for it, or they use original parts for it. It's all brand new essentially, but they're not hacking up a Nintendo 64 game to do so. But anyway, this is a very cool thing. It's high in quality. I'm excited to check it out and see if, you know, there's any real difference or any, you know, problems with playing it. But pretty cool pickup there. Alright, so the last pickup of this video, I mentioned some big news for this week, and biggest news of all for Nintendo, it was the launch of the Nintendo Switch. I happened to pre-order one and pick up a few other things around it. Of course, I was able to try it out as well, and I have had a lot of fun with it. I've picked up Bomberman and Zelda Breath of the Wild. So here's Bomberman here, Super Bomberman R. This game is extremely reminiscent of the Super Bombermans from the Super Nintendo era. And what's great about this is, especially with the Switch's new functionality, you can play with up to 8 players locally. I haven't played online, so I don't know how that is, but with playing with local players, it's always a blast, no pun intended. And it's great because all the levels have some sort of gimmick, and there's different features to them, and there's different aspects to really change up the gameplay and make things crazy and fun. So this is a great game. Zelda, of course, is getting great reviews everywhere. I've played, you know, about 40 minutes to an hour into it, and I haven't even gotten essentially a little bit past the first checkpoint. It's ridiculous, just right past the tutorial. There's so much to do in it. I'm having a blast with it. It's crazy fun. But for for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, I picked up the special edition. So this one comes with a map, a coin, soundtrack, and a carrying case for your Switch, along with the game, of course. So this box is huge. It's very nicely made. This is like a display box in itself. The artwork is fantastic. It almost looks like an oil painting. And on the side, just Breath of the Wild. On the back, it's just like a nice little collage of things in the game, as well as what comes in the box. So I picked up the special edition. It was $99.99 retail. They also have a master edition, which is the same exact one as this, but it comes with a statue of the Master Sword. But I didn't really care for the statue, so I decided to pick this one up. Of course, I should show off, the Switch itself. I happen to get the neon colored one. It comes with this charging controller adapter, so you can charge your Joy-Cons while you play. Typically, you would have to have it in the tablet itself to charge the Joy-Cons, but with this attachment, you can charge the Joy-Cons while you play, which is very cool. You can also play or purchase the charging adapter separately, so if you have another set of Joy-Cons, which I happen to purchase as well, you can charge a second set and have two full controllers essentially. What's also very cool is if you don't want to use this adapter, you can just use the Joy-Cons themselves. If you look on the back here, they serve as a single controller in two separate hands, or two separate controllers for two different people. So it's very cool, very cool system. I'm having a lot of fun with it so far. It comes with the neon colors here, so if you get the neon one, it comes with one red one, one blue one. They also have the traditional gray colored one, so it would just be the gray colored controllers on the sides. What's also very cool is, if you notice, the right side is going to be a red Joy-Con, left side is going to be a blue Joy-Con. If you purchase the neon one separately, you get a left blue and a right red. So you end up getting a matching set, essentially. You can have blue on both sides or red on both sides, and vice versa, I guess. But it's a great system so far. I'm really excited for Super Mario Odyssey and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Splatoon 2. There's tons of great stuff. I also picked up Snipper Clips, which is a fantastic game if you want to play with a friend or multiple friends. It's a great puzzle game. Having a lot of fun with that. Of course, there's an arsenal of accessories that you can get. You can get, this thing here, which is a Hori carrying case. So if you want to take it with you on the go, it'll be nice and protected. They have other colored charging ones. They have backpacks. There's just so much you can get for it. But anyway, that was the last of my pickups this week. It's been a very expensive week. It's kind of crazy. But it's been a phenomenal one. I'm having lots of fun, spending time with friends, video games, comics, surrounding myself with everything that I do love. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate all your views. If you're expecting this video to come out, when it normally does, I'm sorry. I was just busy with, all the cons and events going on. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. And we'll see you on the next one.